With the pinning done, now it's everyone's favorite part, which is forbidden yellow mustard time. I'm using the same mustard to quote-unquote glue and attach Virgil's pants to make them one piece, making sure to not go over the texture on the surface so that I can stencil it later with epoxy putty. I get people asking me all the time, and that is, what is it that I use when I'm puttying pieces together to not have them stick? And that, my dear resin monkeys, is regular old Vaseline. And to remove it, I make sure to simply wipe it clean using regular alcohol and really trying to get in there and scrub it off. It's not always successful, but hey, that way your parts stay in place while it cures and they can be separated afterwards. I'm also using the same alcohol to quickly wipe away any putty on the edges of the connections to avoid covering that texture. I'm doing something that's very unconventional, and that's carving a groove on the sheath so that the epoxy putty will have something to hold on to in order for me to stencil in the texture back into those areas where the support marks were located. Sanding it would have ruined the entire bottom part, so this is what we end up doing. We end up fucking it up even more in an effort to make it look pretty. With the same epoxy putty, I'm filling in those little cracks in between connections so we can start to stencil and recreate the texture around them. Now, the three tails of his coat needed to be pinned. They were too heavy and the pegs extremely fragile to just use them to hold on to the main torso. So 1mm pins were used to help support those connections. Printing geometrical sides will always result in warping, and these connections were no exception. That meant that there were going to be big gaps on all of them. But again, don't worry, we already went through this with Dante and we know what needs to be done.